Jennifer Lawrence is beloved by fans for her fun and quirky personality. However, it seems that not everybody buys it, and some celebrities don't think she's such a nice girl after all. I'm Mackenzie, and let's get into the celebrities that tried to warn us about Jennifer Lawrence, and make sure to subscribe if you're new here. And at number 10, Lindsay Lohan. While Jennifer Lawrence was on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert to promote a movie in 2015, Lawrence offended Lindsay Lohan and her family. It started when Lawrence was talking about how she got a stomach virus while filming, but she still kept shooting. Then she made the comment, quote, "I get like Lindsay Lohan great exhaustion, but without any drugs or alcohol." And obviously, even though we assumed she was joking, those kind of words will start a fight. Almost right after the show aired, Lohan's younger sister, Elena, tweeted out, quote, "I never breathe life into negativity, but I stand by my family. Disappointed in Jennifer Lawrence. Not cool." Lindsay Lohan then replied to that tweet saying, quote, "Thank you, sister. Maybe who you're referring to should learn to support others like Maya Angelou." Lohan's mom also commented on the incident weeks later, so it's safe to say the family does not have a good opinion of Jennifer Lawrence. And at number 9, Jared Leto. Jared Leto thinks that Jennifer Lawrence's niceness is all an act. The rift between them started at the 2014 Oscars, when Jennifer was walking up to the stage after she won an award. Leto and some other people started laughing. Then Lawrence started asking, what is it? What's funny? Apparently what was happening is that the host of the show, Ellen DeGeneres, was miming "Don't Fall," because this was the year after Jennifer's famous fall, and Leto and his family were laughing. Then Leto was asked about her earlier, more famous fall, and he said, quote, "I'm starting to wonder if this is a bit of an act." He said it in a joking manner, but we know there's always a hint of truth in jokes like that. And at number 8, Chloe Sevigny. Chloe Sevigny has been open about her dislike of Jennifer Lawrence. When Sevigny was being interviewed by V magazine in 2015, she was asked if she has any fears of being typecast. She replies that she does, and ranted about how the industry is all about marketing over talent, saying, quote, "So much is about marketing and selling the product. They'll have a really peppy, funny girl on the talk show rounds, and everybody adores her and loves her and wants to be her or sleep with her. And then so many more people want to watch the movie or TV show." And even though she seems to hint at Lawrence, she didn't name her specifically. However, later when she was asked about women that she admired, Sevigny said Angelina Jolie and Emma Stone, but she said she could do without Jennifer Lawrence, adding, quote, "Jennifer Lawrence I find annoying, too crass." And at number 7, Kim Kardashian. After Jennifer Lawrence interviewed Kim on the Jimmy Kimmel Show, I thought they were the best of friends, with them talking about how Jennifer came over for dinner and got her mother Kris absolutely wasted. But it seems that Kris has been giving Jennifer a little too much attention, and Kim has started to get jealous. A source told Radar Online in December 2017 that Kim had enough of Jennifer. Kim reportedly went into a, quote, "jealous rage" over the close relationship her mom had developed with Lawrence, because, quote, "Kim was always Kris's favorite until Jennifer crashed the scene." The source added, quote, "Jennifer's definitely on the VIP invite list for her annual holiday party, so Kim's dreading Jennifer stealing the show. The sunshine walks with Jennifer in Kris's eyes. Kim is fed up and doesn't know what to do." And honestly, I'm not sure how much I believe this source, because I don't think that Kris and Jennifer spend enough time together for anyone in the family to actually get jealous, but it's definitely an interesting rumor. And at number 6, Lala Kent. Jennifer Lawrence stirred up a ton of drama with reality star Lala Kent during her appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. It started when Andy was asking Jennifer what she thought of the cast of Vanderpump Rules. When the conversation went to Lala, Lawrence straight up called her the C word, the see you next Tuesday word, along with tons of other digs at her. As a response, Lala later tweeted out, quote, "Did Jennifer Lawrence really call me the C word on Watch What Happens Live and talk about my mama? You better pray I don't see you in the streets." And that was just the first of a long string of now deleted tweets. The shade did not stop there. Lala went on the Juicy Scoop podcast via 2Fab and called out Jennifer further. She said that Jennifer had, quote, 2 failed films in a row, and said she was the type of girl that would sleep with Harvey Weinstein for a role. Lawrence never responded to any of the shade, but Lala still brings it up anytime she's asked about Jennifer Lawrence. Halfway at number 5, Anderson Cooper. So I'm pretty sure we all know about Jennifer's legendary fall at the 2013 Oscars while she was accepting the prestigious award for Best Actress. And after the shocking fall, many weren't sure if it was real or just faked for attention. One of those people was CNN host Anderson Cooper. On a podcast, Lawrence spoke of how she saw Cooper talking about it a few days later, and she was hurt by his remarks that the fall could have been fake. Quote, "It was so devastating because this was a horrific humiliation to me that took away, I don't know if I'll be able to have the chance to make a speech speech like that again. That didn't feel good for me not to have a speech. Apparently, Lawrence later confronted the host at a Christmas party, with the source saying that she was really fired up while confronting Anderson Cooper. But apparently they're all good and Anderson sincerely apologized for his statement. And at number 4, Juan Pablo Fernandez-Feo. Jennifer Lawrence got massive backlash after she was rude to a reporter at the 2016 Golden Globes. After she accepted an award, she was in the press room answering questions. Then a Spanish reporter who was speaking with an accent started asking a question, but he was looking at his phone basically the whole time. Jennifer tried to joke around by telling the reporter to put his phone down if he wanted to ask her questions. She also mocked him after he mistook the event for the Oscars. After the event, hate flooded to Jennifer, and people figured the reporter was most likely translating from Spanish to English in order to ask her questions. It was wrong for Jennifer to assume that everyone there spoke English. Anne Hathaway ended up defending her and saying the reporter was actually recording Jennifer, so she had to write to call him out for it. But I mean, it definitely didn't make Jennifer Lawrence look good. And at number 3, Joan Rivers. The drama between these two happened in 2013, when Lawrence was being interviewed by Yahoo CEO Marissa Mayer. In one part of the interview, a fan asked Jennifer a question about body positivity. She answered by saying that she doesn't listen to criticism about her weight, then threw some shade, saying, quote, shows like Fashion Police and things like that are just showing these generations of young people to judge people based off things that they put values in all the things that are wrong, that it's okay to point at people and call them ugly or fat. As a response to Jennifer's shade, Joan Rivers tweeted out, quote, it's funny how Jennifer Lawrence loved the show during awards season when we were complimenting her every single week, with Joan adding that she tripped over her own arrogance at the Oscars. And at number 2, Jennifer Lawrence herself. Many people didn't like the side of Jennifer Lawrence that they saw after she clapped back at fans who were trying to defend her. Controversy in question was because she wore a stunning Versace gown on a London rooftop, while her male co-stars wore coats and pants because of the chilly weather. Many found it sexist that Jennifer was wearing an exposed dress in the cold while the men were dressed for the weather. And even though Jennifer is usually very quiet on social media, she wrote a long statement against those who started the controversy. She said in part, quote, the controversy is not only utterly ridiculous, I'm extremely offended. That Versace dress was fabulous. You think I'm gonna cover that gorgeous dress up with a coat and scarf? I was outside for 5 minutes. I would have stood in the snow for that dress because I love fashion, and that was my choice. She then continued to rant about how this activism is not feminism and people need to get a grip. And although she's allowed to share her opinions, many felt she was too hard on people who were just trying to support her. And finally, number 1, Jennifer Lopez. This last one comes from another very famous Jennifer, Jennifer Lopez. The feud started when Lawrence was on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and Lawrence shared a story from the Met Ball. Apparently, Jennifer Lawrence and Jimmy were very drunk and wanted to ask JLo to dance. Apparently, they went over to her and she turned them down, with Lopez saying that she just wanted to observe. And even though the story was lighthearted, it still made JLo look kinda bad for saying no. So JLo decided to set the record straight, and she actually came out with her version of events. She told Access Hollywood, quote, I remember that we were at the Met Ball and Kanye was about to perform, and it was like a crazy moment. And then they came over, and then she was like, let's go dance. And I was like, no, I'm good right here. But I didn't mean it like I don't want to dance with you. I just meant it like it's so crowded in here, let's stay right here. With her saying she would have loved to dance with Jennifer Lawrence. And I think this one can probably just be chalked up to miscommunication, honestly. So that's all for the list, guys. Let me know your thoughts below and let me know, do you like Jennifer Lawrence or do you think her persona is all an act? From what I see online, it seems like most people think her self-deprecating humor and quirky personality is all a persona to be more likable, and lately it seems not to be working. But I would love to hear your thoughts below. But before I head out, I'm going to shout out some comments from my video on actors who destroyed their careers. Bogbank said, please bear in mind that the mark of a truly great actor is to have the ability to portray someone totally unlike themselves, and we the audience believe it. Very good point, honestly. We can't always, what we see on movies is not what they're like in real life, and we shouldn't expect them to be. Then Robert said, Tom Cruise has an I'm holier than thou attitude, just like Mel Gibson, nothing personal. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. He definitely has, that kind of vibe. And Misty Barrier said, my niece's name is Mackenzie Smith. That's so awesome. She's from the SC in the United States. That is so crazy. Although I definitely believe that there's like a million Mackenzie Smiths out there because it's the 2 most basic names ever being combined into, a very basic name. So that's why it's like that. Alright guys, that's all for the video today. Thank you so much for sticking around if you made it all the way here. If you liked the video and want to see some more, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel below. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith, and I will catch you all in the next one.